So welcome to post-school math videos. This is where we help you solve math questions easily, and our goal is to simplify math concepts for you so that you can easily understand and get good marks. If that's what you want, make sure that you like the video, subscribe or follow us so that you can get more of these videos, and also share them with others who might benefit. So my name is Mtutuzi Zondi, and let's start. So today we are doing a question 1 on mathematics grade 11. Okay, so let's look at 1.1.1. So if you're given a question like this, how will you go about solving it? So we are doing this question. So most of the time we are going to be given this question in factorized form like this, or we are going to be given a question that you still need to factorize. So if you still need to factorize it, it might be 3 marks, something like that. Alright, so then, but if it's already factorized like this, it's a matter of saying 2x plus 3 equals to 0, or 6 minus x equals to 0. So that is what you must do when it's already factorized like this. Then you will take 3 to the other side and have 2x equals to negative 3. Divide by 2 both sides, and then you're going to have x equals to negative 3 over 2. And also for this side, you can just take x, because you always want x to be positive like this. Okay, so then you can say x, you can take x to the other side and then leave 6. So 6 equals to x is the same as x equals to 6. It's the same thing. Okay, so that's how you solve the first question. And then if you had a different question like this, so let me make a different question and say you're given x plus 1, 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Again, you'll say x plus 1 equals to 0, 3x minus 2 equal to 0, which then will be x equal to negative 1, and 3x equals to 2, and then you divide by 3 both sides to get x equal to 2 over 3. Okay, so that's how you solve the question. Whenever you're given and you have brackets like this, all you need is to just equate each bracket to 0. All right, so that is what you need to do for this. Okay, equate each bracket to 0. Now, for the second one, you must always note that whenever you are told that you must correct 2 decimal places, you have to use the quadratic formula. All right, so you mustn't try to factorize this when it's written correct to 2 decimal places. So you will have to say x is equals to negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. All right, now let's remind ourselves what is A, B, and C. Okay, so let's go back to this question. So you can see we have 5x squared plus 5x squared plus x minus 7 equal to 0. So this will be A, all right, and this will be B, which is 1, and this will be C. Okay, A, B, and C. Then we are going to put that into our formula. Okay, let's do just that and say x equals to negative, so B is 1, substitute 1, plus or minus square root, B it's 1 again squared minus 4, A it's 5, C it's negative 7. Okay, over 2 times A it's 5. Then negative 1, this is negative 1 plus or minus square root of, you have to do this on your calculator. What's in the bracket, you say 1 squared. Okay, 1 squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 7, which is going to give you 141. So 141. Okay, this is over 2 times 5, which is 10. Then you can say x equals to negative 1 plus okay, because we had plus or minus. So we had plus or minus. Now you're going to say, so this was plus or minus. Now you're going to say plus what's square root of 141 over 10, and then you're going to have, or now we are going to have x equals to -1, but now it's minus square root of 141 over 10. So x is equals to, then you do this on your calculator, -1 plus -1 plus square root of 141 over 10. If you correct that to two decimal places, you must find 1.09, and when you do the other one, you're going to get x equals to -1.29. So this is how you solve this question. Alright, so now the last question. X squared plus 8x plus 15 greater than 0. How can you solve this question? Okay, so these questions are very easy. So I'm going to show you steps on how you can do them. Now the first thing that you need to do, you need to say, if this number that is next to x squared, okay, first identify x squared and then look at the number next to x squared, meaning look at the number here. If it's positive, you are always going to have your answer as x less than or x greater than. Always, because this is the solution that you need. Okay, all the graphs are not marked. What you need is this as your solution. So if this number is positive, okay, if the number next to x squared is positive, right, so if the number next to x squared is positive, this is what you are going to have always. And if this number next to x squared is negative, so if you have a negative number, whether it's -2 or any number, this is what you are going to have as your solution. Okay, always. So now let me show you how to do just that. But this is very simple. If you follow this, look at this number, and you must know that the solution at the end must be like this. Then you can easily solve the question. But then what is the first step into doing this question? Okay, now the first step into doing this question is to find critical values. Okay, what are those critical values? So the critical values, you have to find them by saying x squared plus 8x plus 15 is equal to 0 to find critical values. Then you factorize this and say x, and then 3 times 5. When you add them, they give you 8. Again, remember from the first question, whenever we have brackets like this, you can then say x plus 3 equals to 0, or x plus 5 equal to 0. So x is equal to -3, or x is equal to -5. Alright, so these are our critical values. Now, since we know that this number is positive, so I know that I'll have x less than or x greater than. Then for less than, you just put the smaller number, and then for greater than, you put the larger number, the bigger number, and you're done. That's how you solve this question, without even using a graph, without even using anything, by just knowing that if this number is positive, this is how you do it. If this number was negative, it will be the other way around. Okay, so now let me show you what if the number was negative. So if the number was negative, so let's make this to be -15, like this. So if this number was negative, for sure the solution will have to be like this. Okay, So then how do you solve the question? First you find the critical values and then you plug your answers here. That's all you need to do. Okay, so then let us just do that. Now critical values, negative x squared plus 8x minus 15 is going to be equal to 0. You divide everything by negative 1. This will be x squared minus 8x plus 15 equal to 0. Equal to 0. X. So this is 3, this is 5. Alright. And then this is going to be minus. Okay. So x is equal to 3 or x is equal to 5, just like we showed you. Then it's a matter of plugging in your values from here, right? So you can see that here you have to put the smaller number, which is going to be 3 in this case, and here you have to put the larger number, which is going to be 5. So that's how you solve these questions, always if you're using this method. Of course, there is the graphical method which you can use to use a graph and interpret this and say this is how you do it, but actually this is more simpler to memorize and use whenever you're solving these questions, and you'll never go wrong. Right? So please make sure that you like the video. If you're getting value from this and you think that you understood, please like the video and also comment on what else you will want to see in the future in terms of explanations, what you want to know and what you want to understand. All right.